Ooh. What up, y'all? We got a workout for y'all today. We're gonna talk about my strength training specifically for my backyard ultra. So I'm training for a backyard ultra about 5 months from now. And we're gonna talk about how I'm strength training for my ultra. Because a lot of people get it wrong. They just run. They sign up for an ultra, they're just running. But strength training is gonna play a crucial role for your ultra because your legs are gonna get beat up. So we gotta build them muscles up in our legs. So we're gonna talk about my training plan and how I'm training for the ultra. You'll see my philosophy is a little different than what most people will do, but we're gonna get into that. So first off, my training, how I set my training up is I'm doing full body workouts and I'm doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm also running 6 days a week. I'm running every day but Friday. So I'm getting that rest day right before my long run on Saturday and then back-to-back long run on Sunday. So that's how I'm laying it out. I'm doing full body workouts. So I've done bodybuilding workouts in the past, so I've built a lot of muscle and I don't want to lose a lot of that strength. So that's why I'm still focusing on, the full body. I'm not just focusing on my legs. But so basically what I do is I do one kind of compound lift for every major muscle group. So that's how I'm training. I'm not doing any specific like bodybuilding work, like hypertrophy work like I normally do. So we want to get the most bang for our buck. So we're only working out 3 days a week and we're only doing one exercise for each muscle group. So we got to get the most out of each exercise. So that's why we're doing a lot of compound lifts. So you'll see we're doing the bench press. We're going to do a lunge for my legs. For the back, I hadn't decided yet. We'll get into it. But yeah, Monday I did squats. Today's Wednesday. So we're not doing squats today, but we're going to do lunges instead. So yeah, I'm going to quit blabbing. We're going to get on the next set, bench press. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, second set. Let's do it. We got 205 on the bar. All right, we got 7 reps there. One thing I want you to keep in mind is when you're going in a big prep like this, you're probably, bro, we're running like crazy. When you're going in a big prep like this, especially a running prep, you're probably gonna get a little weaker. That's just part of it. Because one, you're probably not recovering as well because you're adding a lot of volume on for running. You're not gonna have as much energy. You're probably in a slight calorie deficit unless you're just extra eating. So you're gonna lose a lot of strength, probably gonna lose some weight, and that's okay because strength is not necessarily the goal right now. The goal is endurance, the goal is running, the goal is for the race. So that's our main focus. So right now on Monday and Wednesday, I'm actually doing 2 days because I'm working out and I'm running. So today's Wednesday. So I just got done running. I ran 4 miles today and then now I got a full body workout. So with that being said, I ran first. So now my body's a little tired because I already ran. I essentially already worked out. So now that I go on my workout, I have to remember that. I have to remember, hey, I've already ran. So I'm not gonna be as strong as I normally am. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna stack your workouts, you're not gonna be as strong. So don't try to overdo it. Don't try to push it because you don't wanna get injured. If you get injured, then that's no good because then you can't run, you can't work out. You're gonna have to, recover. You're gonna take some time off, so that's no good. So you're probably gonna have to dial your workouts back a little bit. Try not to, as much as you can. And then honestly, the more you get in your prep, the more you'll probably have to dial it back a little bit. But just don't get crazy with it. Like right now, like I said, I'm only working out 3 days a week and I only do about 3 to 4 sets. If I have time, I like to get 4 sets of each exercise. But when I work out in the mornings, like today, I don't really have that much time to work out because I have to go to work. So normally like today, I'll probably just do 3 sets and that's it. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push super hard because my goal right now is not necessarily to build strength, it's not hypertrophy. My goal right now is to kind of maintain what I already have and try to work on specific things to get my body ready for the running race, to prepare my legs. You wanna be able to run on tired legs. You wanna build up those little muscles in your knees, your ankles, hips, things like that. You wanna practice that. We wanna stretch, our hip flexors, things like that to get them ready. So that's kind of the goal. And you just have to know that when you go into a prep in your head, because it's gonna be hard not to load the bar up like you normally do and try to lift a bunch of weight, because you know, as a man, like that's what we do. You know, we want to see how much we can lift. And I'm the same way, but I just got to know, hey, that's not the goal right now. My goal is not to lift a bunch of weight. My goal is to build endurance, get ready for this race, and get my body prepared to go run 100 miles plus, you know, because I'm doing a backyard ultra. Let me do this last set, and then I'll tell you what a backyard ultra is if you don't know what it is. So we're gonna add weight again. So we did 205. Let's go ahead and we'll add a 15 to each side. So that'll be what? 30, that'll be 235. And then this will be our last set for these. Because we're crunched on time. When I work out, I only have like an hour to work out. So I want to be able to get my full workout in before I have to go to work. Because a lot of times I have to cut my workout short. I like to do 4 sets, but on the days that I run, I don't really have time to do that. Like on Friday, I don't run, but I do work out. So like on Friday, I'll do 4 sets. But today, we're gonna cut it short, which sucks because I can't really get a full workout in. Like I don't get a pump or anything like that because I'm not really stressing out the muscle, but I'm doing just enough to definitely maintain what I already have, but to not lose any weight, any muscle. Like I don't want to lose a lot of strength. I mean, I am going to lose some, but like I don't want to lose a lot of that I've been working hard for. So that's the whole idea of working out, keeping my body and muscle strong. So yeah, it's all about your goals at the time. My goal right now is to run. It's endurance. It's not for strength. So just keep that in mind when you're doing things like this, because it is a little discouraging when you can't lift as much weight as you used to be able to, but that's just part of it. It is what it is. You will build it back. Muscle memory is a real thing. You can build it back, I promise. I've done it several times after a big prep. I'll go back in on my strength and get it right back. All right, 235. Let's try to get 5 reps. See what we can do. Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of you can't do as much. I said I was gonna get 5, I only got 4. So it is what it is. We'll go on to the next exercise. We'll go ahead and set it up. We'll do lunges next. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I told y'all, I'm gonna tell you what a backyard ultra is. So if you've never heard of it, it's also called a last man standing sometimes. You run a 4.2 mile loop and you run that every hour on the hour. So essentially you get the whole hour to run 4.2 miles, and however much time you have left, you get that much time to rest. But then the top of the next hour, it starts over again. So you have to keep doing it, and you do that until it's the last man standing. So essentially there's no finish line. It keeps going until everybody quits, except for one person. So that's the idea of the race. I'm doing one August 29th, so I'm prepping for it. So yeah, my goal is 100 miles. I know it's gonna be very hard to do, especially it's in August in Alabama, so it's gonna be super hot. So that's gonna play a huge factor, the heat and the humidity. But that's the goal. We're gonna put it out there, and that's what we're gonna shoot for. It is what it is. So yeah, I like to have big goals. Gotta have something to strive for, something to work towards. So that's it. I'm not trying to like win or anything, because I know there's gonna be some dude who shows up that can run for days. That ain't me. But yeah, this will be my first one, so it'll be completely new. I'll be having to learn my own strategy and all that kind of thing. So I'll be testing out the waters. So yeah, we're gonna do lunges, standing lunges, alternating. I use the first set as kind of like a warm-up set. So we got 155 on the bar. This is gonna be a good, nice warm-up set where I can really loosen up my legs, my hips, things like that. And then we'll have 2 working sets. So we'll add some weight and do 2 working sets of lunges. Now the reason I like to do lunges in a prep like this is because it's a unilateral exercise. It's also a compound lift, but it's unilateral. What does that mean? It means you're working one leg at a time. So when you lunge, you're obviously lunging one leg, and then you're swapping, working the other leg. So this helps with imbalances. So when you're running, a lot of times you kind of run with imbalances already. So we don't want to make those worse by doing, you know, hypertrophy lifts or bilateral, I guess is the term, lifts. So when you do them unilateral, it works each leg individually. So that way it helps kind of work out those imbalances a little bit. Now, I don't know all the science behind that, so don't come at me in the comments. But yeah, I just know it's a little bit better, so you're not, you know, relying on one leg versus the other. Like if you do a squat, you may lean to one side and focus more on your right side than your left, or vice versa. So this way, you get all the workout on one leg and then all the lift on the other leg, and that's good. And that goes for anything, like any workout in this prep. If you can do it unilateral, do it. I think that'd be a good option. So any overhead presses you can do Like with dumbbells are good because they're kind of unilateral because it's not a fixed bar. You're doing one each. So dumbbells are good for this style of training. Even on bench press. So like bench press, dumbbell bench press, dumbbell incline press, dumbbell shoulder press is good. Yeah, lateral raises, anything like that, like anything unilateral I think will be good for a running workout like this, as well as compound lifts. So that's why we're gonna do the lunges. So let's go ahead. I'm not saying squats and deadlifts are bad because they're bilateral. They're not bad, but I do think you should mix in some unilateral work, is what I'm saying. So I'm still doing squats, did some deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, Bulgarian split squats, I like those. Those are unilateral. That's kind of like the leg workouts that I'm doing. So I'm not saying don't do any, double leg stuff, bilateral stuff. But mix in some unilateral. So that's what we're doing. Like we just did bench press. That's both arms on a fixed bar. So that's just a little, I like to mix in both, is what I'm saying. All right, so let's do the first set of these lunges. Oh yeah, my legs are sore. Yeah, so I did squats Monday. Oh, my legs are feeling it. Yep, they're definitely sore, so we're not gonna push too hard. All right, well, that ended up being a little harder than I thought. My legs are definitely sore from squats on Monday and then running every day. So with that being said, I'm gonna be smart and I'm not gonna add any weight. I'm just gonna keep doing this weight because my quad right here is definitely feeling it and backside is a little sore. So be smart. When you're in a prep, you ain't gotta go super hard. Just do what you can. Well, I'm not gonna say do what you can because then people get soft and they'll give them an excuse to take off. But in this situation, if I load up more weight, then my risk of injury goes way up. Like I take a chance of, injuring my knees, pulling a muscle, overworking it to where I'm too sore to run the next day. And that's just not worth it. So like my goal is to get out there and run. So this I can put on the back burner for now, so I can let my legs recover. So like, for example, after this workout, I'm gonna go get in the ice bath. I'm gonna take a cold plunge to help my legs recover because they're a little sore and I don't want to, destroy my legs so early on in this prep. So I'm gonna be smart because guess what? I'm gonna work out again on Friday. So like my legs should feel better by Friday. So I can push it a little bit more on Friday. I don't have to push it today. That's a good thing about doing full body workouts is I'm gonna work each muscle group at least 3 times a week. So like if I'm not feeling it on one day, like today my legs are a little sore, so I'm not gonna push it hard on legs. But Friday they may feel better, so I can push it hard on Friday. And maybe my chest is sore or something on Friday, I can dial it back on chest if I need to. So that's the cool thing about full body workouts. You're not missing a muscle group. So if you did like a body part split, say today was leg day and my legs wasn't feeling it, well then I'm essentially missing a whole workout and I'm not going to work that muscle again until a week later. So you're kind of leaving some gains on the table, in my opinion. So when I come back to it on Friday, we can do it again. So yeah, that's enough of my rambling. Let's see, let's put y'all over here, see what we can do. All right, we'll get y'all a slightly different angle. I know my garage has terrible lighting. I know, this little light right here is the only light in here and it's terrible on my body. It gives a weird shadow, so Oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully y'all can see me. All right, we did 10 each leg last time. We'll probably get the same. We'll see how I'm feeling on this one. Probably get about the same. Okay, that set felt a lot better. And sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath. That's why I like to do a warm-up set, because a lot of times that warm-up set can make the next sets a lot better, because you're priming your muscles right. You're loosening up and you're getting them ready for some heavier weight. So like that set was honestly easier than the first set, and I did the same weight. So it was just because my legs were a little tight. So that first set helped, warm them up, loosen them up. So that's why we do a warm-up set and then 2 working sets. But yeah, if you ain't done lunges, these are brutal, bro. These get my legs, these take my breath every time. Sorry for all the deep breathing. It's tough. So yeah, we're gonna move y'all over here. Yeah, see, that's the light I'm talking about. It's terrible. I got my boy G in here. My boy G likes to come work out with me in the garage. He's a lazy thing. He'll walk around the yard and sniff things and then come in here, play with me in between sets. That's my buddy. Shout out to all the dogs. If you got a dog, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I know what y'all thinking. We love dogs around here, ain't that right, G? Mwah. That's my boy. All right, one more set. So I did overhead press Monday for shoulders. So I need to do something different. I'm thinking lateral raises with the cable lateral raises. That's probably what I'm gonna do. And then for back, I did rows on Monday for back. So I'm thinking what I wanna do for back. I either wanna do push downs or I want to do pull-ups. I wish I had a lat pull down. Like, you can technically do lat pull downs on here, but it's not a big range of motion. So we'll do lat push downs, and we'll probably superset them with the shoulder. So we'll do lat pull downs and lateral raises, superset. That way we can save on some time. And then we'll do bis, then we'll do tris, then we'll do abs, and then we'll be done. So let's knock out this last set here. Sorry, I know when you have a garage gym, you gotta work with the space you got. I only got a 1-car garage. My wife parks on the other side, so she won't let me have that side. If y'all want her, y'all need to help me convince her to give me this side of the gym too. So I need y'all to drop a comment, garage gym, put it in there so I can show it to her, so she'll give me the other side. I'm just kidding, she ain't backing down. I already tried to get it for her for years. So for now, we're working on 1-car garage. Let's do it. Gotta work what we got. That's why I got this rack. This is the EvoPal M2B Brute. It's an all-in-one rack. It's got Smith machine, power rack, cable functional trainer, or cable stack, cable machine, whatever you call it. It's got dip bars. It's got all the attachments you need. Safety spotter arms, low row, foot plate, land mount attachment. It's got everything you need. And I love this rack so far. I just got it about a month ago, and so far I've been putting it to some good use. So, all right, enough rambling, more talking. More lifting. Let's do it, last set. Hopefully y'all can see me here. We're gonna do 10 each leg again. Oh yeah, that's much better than before. Boom, and we're done with those. All right, we're gonna set it up for cable lateral raises and cable push downs. So let's do that. And we'll come back with y'all, update y'all. All right, so now we're gonna do a lat push down. I don't know if that's the technical term for this. That's what I call it. So I'm just pushing my arms, straight bar, pushing it down. I'm trying to focus on the lats here. Normally this ain't what I would consider much of a compound lift. I guess technically it kind of is, because you're still working your core and stuff. But typically for back, you want to do some kind of row, like a bent row or a T-bar row. You want to do some kind of pull-up. So pull-ups, weighted pull-ups are great. Weighted pull-up, probably pull-ups is what I'll do Friday. So I did a landmine row Monday. So I was kind of working, you know, middle traps. I'm gonna do push downs today to work the lats, and then pull-ups Friday. So yeah, I try to keep them compound because I can only do one lift at a time. I don't want to do something that's too, you know, specific on one area, because then I may be, you know, not hitting the whole back in a week. So yep, that's what we're doing. That's the idea. So all right, it's a little much. All right, we got humbled real quick. Got to take some of the weight off. So here I'm really focusing on pulling with my lats. Try not to pull it down with like your biceps. I think push the bar down. All right, that's the first set. Now let's go ahead and go over to, we're gonna do some lateral raises with the cable machine, one at a time. So going back to what I mentioned about unilateral. So Monday I did overhead barbell press. So since I kind of did that, now we're gonna switch it up and do lateral raises out to the side. That way we're not doing the same exercise over and over again. So that was bilateral Monday. Today we're gonna do unilateral and do them out to the side instead of overhead. So here, I think y'all know how to do a lateral raise. We're just doing it with a cable here. So I'm gonna lean out some, get a little more stretch on the shoulder, and then do it nice, slow and controlled. The good thing about doing a cable is the resistance curve is different than a dumbbell. So like right now I have resistance all the way up. I have resistance here when I'm stopped, and I also have the resistance all the way down because it's on a cable. When you do a dumbbell, you kind of lose resistance at the top, and then you have to ease it back down. If you drop it, then you don't have any resistance. But if you lower it back down, you do. So it's just a slight different curve. They're both still good. I do dumbbells, lateral raise too. I like to switch it up. And I done lost count. I am supersetting this just to save on time. If you have time, don't superset it. If you don't have time, then you can superset it to help you save on time, make your workouts a little quicker. That's the one bad thing about full body workouts, is they do take long. They take longer than a body part split, because you're doing more workouts. I mean, more exercises. All right, that's one set. So we're gonna add a little weight on each of them, go into our first working set. So let's move y'all over here, get different angles for y'all. So what we're gonna add, a 25. Let's add, all right, we're gonna add a 25. For those of y'all that are not familiar with the colored plates, so red is always gonna be 55, blue is always gonna be 45, yellow is always 35, green is always 25, and then I have black, which are the 10s, and I have gray, which is 15s. So that's the different colors, if you're confused. I know when I first got these plates, I was a little confused as well. It's hard to count by 55, 35, and 15, because most of the time you just count by 45, 25, and 10s. So it's throwing a little wrench in my workout routine using those, because I'm not used to the different, to the 55s, 35s. Because like here in the US, you don't really see those as often. You really just see 45, 25, 10s, and then 5s and 2.5. That's kind of our standard plates. But in these Olympic plates, they have 55, 35, and 15s, which is a little different, but it's cool. I like them. It gives you more variety. It gives you better ways to switch it up, so I like it. You just gotta get used to counting the different numbers like that, which I hadn't got used to yet. So, all right, enough chat. Let's go to second set. All right, 15. So I'm gonna get a drink of water before we go into the next set. I'm gonna add like a little 5-pound plate to the lateral raise. I got these little small change plates. This is the 5. I'm gonna throw it on this side. And we'll hop straight into lateral raise. Let's try to go for 10 here. So we got 10 strict reps and then 2 little cheat reps. Try to do the same. Woo. Have some good ones right there. All right, last set. I'm gonna move y'all right behind. Get that little back angle. Straighten you up. Hopefully y'all can see me right here. All right. Whew. Gotta catch our breath. So yeah, well, I'm to catch my breath, I'll update y'all. So that's pretty much my philosophy behind strength training for a, ultra marathon. Some people, that's gonna look a lot different for a lot of people. For me, I come from like a bodybuilding style, hypertrophy style training background. That's what I'm used to. So that's what I like to stick to. Y'all have seen I've thrown a little bit more like compound lifts in there, which is something I don't normally do. But since we're doing this training block, I'm mixing these in because you just get your best bang for your buck when it comes to a compound lift, because you're working more than one muscle group, especially when you're only doing one exercise per day, 3 days a week. You kind of got to get the most out of it. So that's why I'm doing these. And so I think compound lifts and I think unilateral work is the best kind of way you can go about training for an ultra. And being smart, don't overdo it. Don't try to like build muscle during a prep. Like, this is not the time for you to build muscle. It's the time for you, one, to maintain what you've built and to not degress, like not let your muscles weaken over time. You need to be kind of not strengthen them up, like getting stronger, but like keep them strong, strengthen them up while you're running. You don't want to, because when you're running and burning a lot of calories, you're gonna eat away a lot of your muscle. You're gonna use a lot of energy. So we want to prevent that as much as we can. So that's why we're weight training. This is not a time to put on weight, to put on muscle. This is a time to maintain and help your running out, not to try to progress on weightlifting while you're trying to progress on running. Technically you could, yeah, but it's a lot easier to just focus on one at a time. So if you're doing a running prep, 100% focus on running. Working out is just an extra, it's a bonus. You don't have to do it, it's a bonus. And vice versa, if you're trying to build muscle, trying to gain weight, like, you're gonna have to tone your running back a lot. Focus on weightlifting first, focus on getting strong, and then if you wanna run, mix in some runs here and there. But I promise you, like, if you're running a weight lift, like running is not gonna do you very good. Like, your running volume needs to be pretty low and you need to be eating a lot. So if you're trying to go for the hybrid style, unfortunately it's gonna be hard. I mean, you can do it, that's kind of what I do, but it's hard to build muscle and really do a lot of running at a time. Yeah, you can build muscle and run, but you probably got to tone your running back a little bit and increase your weightlifting. So it just depends on your goals. Right now my goal is running, so toning my workouts back, kicking up the running. So like my mileage is going up every week. So yeah, that's what it is. And then after the race, after the prep, I'm gonna get back into the weight training. I'm gonna go hard, increase my calories, try to put some muscle back on, decrease my running. I'll probably go back to running only 3 days a week, probably like, I don't know, 15 miles a week maybe, like not many, like five miles a run maybe. So yeah, I'll decrease my running mileage by a lot, increase weightlifting, maybe go to like 5 days a week or something, or we'll see. I've been doing 3 days a week and that's been working, so I may stick with that. Because that's what I was doing before. Before this prep, I was only doing 3 days a week too. So we'll see. Yeah, just figure out what your goal is. Try to pick one. You can do 2, but it's in your best interest to just focus on one. Don't try to build muscle and build endurance at the same time, because they kind of counteract each other a little bit. Yeah, there are some freaks out there that can do both. Like, some people just have really good genetics and good for them. Like, I'm not hating on that. That's great. And they can do stuff like that. But for the majority of people out there, like the 99 other percent of people, like, it's not really feasible for most of you. So Well, the reason I have muscle and I can run is because I built all this muscle first before I started running. Now I run and I just kind of maintain what I had. Like I hadn't gotten bigger in a long time. Like I'm still the same size I've been for years because I started running. Now, if I wouldn't have been running, I probably could have put on some more size, but that's not my goal. My goal is to be athletic. So I want to be able to run. I want to be able to weight lift. I want to be able to do cool challenges like a backyard ultra. So that's my goal. All right, let's go ahead and knock out this last set real quick. All right, whew. We definitely got some cheat reps in right there. But all right, we're gonna move y'all down to shoulder station. I'm gonna try to catch my breath a little bit. Oh yeah, y'all can see that. So yeah, this light right here is just so harsh, and my skin is so white that it reflects like a dang, like I'm a ghost lighting up. All right, last set of lateral raises, and then we'll hop into some bicep and triceps. We'll probably superset those as well, and then end it off with some abs. So we're gonna try to get 10 again. All right, that's 10. 10 on the right side. Yeah, so my right side is definitely stronger than my left side because I didn't have any more on my left side, but I could have got a few more on my right. But I keep it the same, that way I don't build any more imbalances. Like I don't want my right shoulder to keep getting stronger and my left shoulder not to. So if I only do 10 left, then I only do 10 with my right, and that's why I start with my left. So I can get as many as I can with my left, and then I'll just match that with my right because I don't want to do more because I'm trying to stop that imbalance because I'm right-handed. So everything on my right side is stronger just because I use it more. It's more coordinated. My left side is not coordinated at all. So that's just how it is. But yeah, I do my left on everything. Everything I do unilateral, I always do my left first. That's a little hack. Do your opposite side, not your strong side. Do your weak side. Do your weak side first, and then match whatever you did on your weak side, match that with your strong side. So, all right, let's set up biceps and triceps. All right, so we got it set up. I did want to show y'all my rack real quick. So this is the EvoPal M2B Brute. I will leave a link down in the description. I have a affiliate code for this. So if you want to get one, use the link, the code MurphyMacFit. I'll put it on the screen. Use that code and it will save you a discount. So yeah, I hooked up with a rope right here for triceps, so you have your functional trainer. And then I also hooked up the straight bar down here. We're gonna use that for biceps. And then you load your weight on these little trolleys right here. There's one on each side. So that's the weight trolley for the functional trainer. You also have a Smith machine here, and it just hooks in right here. So when you're done with it, you can put it up out the way. When you want to use it, you just fold it back, and then you can use it like a functional trainer. Then of course, pull-up bar at the top. Super cool storage rack. So it's like a little pegboard, but it's metal. And you can put all your attachments on there. It comes with those little hooks, and it comes with a lot of those attachments as well. And then you also have like a little utility shelf here for more storage. And then on the back side, oh wait, forgot. You got landmine attachment, and this is for your low row. You put your feet on. So it folds up like that. Yeah, you see that. So it folds up like that, and then when you're done with it, you just fold it out the way. On the back side of this, you do have plate storage, but since they are facing the back, I can't really use them much. I can only use it for my change plates because I want my rack as far against the wall as I can. I don't want it, sticking out so far. So I just put my plates down here. I just stack them up. That's my big plates, and then I'll put my change plates on here. But there's 3 of them. So there's 1, 2, and then 3 down at the bottom. And then you have a bar storage here. So if you want to put your bar in there, you can. My ceiling is not high enough to use that because my ceiling is low, so it hits the ceiling. So I can't use that, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the rack. You just load the Smith machine out here. It's pretty nice. I like it so far. I just got it, and I've been loving it. You can do everything you want in here. So my old rack was just a power rack, so I couldn't really do much with it. all I could do was like barbell exercises. But the sole reason I wanted this machine was for the functional trainer. Because when you have a functional trainer, man, you can do so much. Like the cables add so much versatility, it's insane. So now that I got it, I've been working out in here every day, or not every day, but every week I've been working out here instead of going to the gym. But don't get me wrong, I still like to go to the gym, but ever since I got this rack, I've been putting it to the test. So we'll go do triceps, and we're gonna superset it with biceps on the straight bar over here. So let's hop right into it. I'm gonna do 3 sets again. Woo. Biceps with the straight bar. I'm just gonna do just standing cable curls. I'm gonna keep my elbows kind of tucked, kind of use my body as like a pivot point. So I don't want my arms way out in front of me or behind me on this. I'm gonna keep them right here around my waistline. And I'm just gonna bend at the elbow. All right, it's a little light. I'm about to add some weight. All right, we did 20 there. Definitely have to add some weight on this one. All right, second set. Woo. Feel the burn on that one. All right, straight into biceps here. We added some weight here. All right, y'all, we just knocked out that last set of biceps and triceps. Now we're gonna go to abs. So right now, I'm trying to work some more rotation work in. So I'm gonna do Russian twists. I'm gonna do them on the bench. I'm gonna use the plate. So Monday, I did hanging leg raises. So that's kind of working, you know, your lower core. And then a lot of times I like to do cable crunches. So I do the cable on the functional trainer and I'll get on my knees and I'll do like a crunch. Basically it's like a reverse crunch because I'm not on the ground. I'm going towards the ground instead of away from it. So I'm doing a cable crunch with weight on it. So that's what I like to do. Also, so I'll probably do that Friday. So in between those, I'm gonna do side to side, try to work, you know, I guess the obliques is what you'd be working. So core is very, very important for everything. Everything you do, core is important. But especially for running, you don't realize it, but when you run, you're using your core to kind of help balance, especially if you're doing trail running. If you're running up and down mountains, hills, you're gonna be, you know, your terrain's gonna be off. So you're gonna use your core to kind of stabilize yourself when you don't realize it. So core is gonna be very important. And that goes for everything. Everything you do pretty much uses your core. So super important to have a strong core. So we wanna work these I like to work them with weight. Body weight is cool, especially when you're first starting. But once you can get up to like 20 plus reps of an ab exercise, I say you need to start adding weight. Just because you can build your abs just like you can build any other muscle. You can make them bigger, you can make them stronger. You don't have to just get lean. Yeah, you have to get lean to be able to see your abs, but you can, if you build your abs up, then you can see them at a higher body fat percentage, if that makes sense. So like right now, I don't know what my body fat is. It's probably over 15%, probably like 17% if I had to guess. I hold a lot of weight in my legs. But yeah, I'm like 17, probably 18% body fat, and you can see my abs clear as day. And that's simply, for me, simply because I train my body, my abs with weight. So I've built them up, I've made them bigger. So yeah, genetics definitely play a role. I'm not stupid, I know genetics play a role. So I do have that on my side as well. And I'm on the leaner side, but I have worked hard to build my abs as well. So you can do it too. It just may take you a little bit more time, maybe a little harder for you if you don't have the best genetics. But either way, no matter what your genetics are, you need to be training your core, period. So let's do it. All right. Now, it's not ideal to do these on like a flat bench. If you have like a decline bench, it's good to do it on that because then you can decline your body back and then you won't hit the bench with the weight. So that's how I like to do it. That's how I did it at the gym, because they have one of those decline benches you can lock your legs in. But I don't have that, so I just do it on the bench, or a lot of times I do it on the ground. I may actually do my next set on the ground. So yeah, that's how you can do that. Because I feel like the bench kind of cuts your, I'm not getting a full rep in because I'm not turning all the way. I'm hitting the bench first. So if you can, try to do it on one of those little decline bench presses. So yeah, we got 2 more sets of these, and now I guess to save y'all some time, we'll go ahead and end the video here. But that's how I'm training for my ultra. Y'all let me know, how are y'all training? How do y'all do y'all strength training for y'all's ultras? Do y'all think y'all like my strategy? Does it work? Let me tell y'all one thing, I'll leave y'all one thing. When it comes to fitness, like working out, you have to do what works for you, and specifically you. Fitness is never gonna look like the same for anybody. It's not a one size fits all. It's personal, and it works. It's what works for you. So this full body workouts 3 days a week works best for me and my schedule. That's what I've figured out that works best for me. So that's why I'm doing that. It may not work for you. You may not, Monday, Wednesday, Friday may not work for you. You may need to work out Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Or you may have to put them all back to back. You may have to work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then take the rest of the days off. It just depends on your schedule, your work schedule, life schedule, family schedule, things like that. So this is what works for me. This is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm gonna stick to. As of now, this is what I'm sticking to my whole training plan. It may change, and I have to adapt and change then. But yeah, you gotta figure out what works for you. You gotta figure out what you enjoy, what you'll actually stick to, what's sustainable. If it's not sustainable, don't even start it, because you're not gonna keep doing it. That's why I'm all the way down to 3 days a week. 3 days a week for me is super sustainable. I can do 3 days a week. I'm used to working out 6 days a week. So 3 is easy for me. Now with that being said, I am running 6 days a week. So I did add volume. I added running volume. I just decreased my weightlifting volume. So that may be something you have to do. If you're gonna do a running prep, you're gonna add a lot of volume in from running, then you're probably gonna have to decrease your weightlifting or decrease whatever else you're doing. Like maybe you do some other hobby, like maybe you play pickleball or something. You may have to decrease your pickleball a little bit in order to add in your running or something like that, anything to that effect. So there's a trade-off, there's a risk versus reward. You gotta figure out what's best, what works for you, what's sustainable, and what will ultimately allow you to achieve that goal. So my goal is to do the 100 mile, not 100 mile, but do the backyard ultra. That's my goal. So I'm changing my schedule up, my training routine, my plan to set myself up physically, mentally, spiritually, all that for my race come August. So that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm training for. Y'all go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, tune in each week, because we're gonna have more backyard ultra training prep videos, maybe some garage gym videos. I don't know, we're gonna test everything out. But yeah, if y'all wanna watch fitness content, y'all be sure to tune in. Thank y'all for watching this much. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day.